Good afternoon, Auburn Alliance Church. We're glad to be together here at our 5 to 5 this Thursday afternoon. And today we're going to share with you some of the things that the leadership team here at Auburn Alliance Church has been working on over the last 2 or 3 weeks, discussing what is it like for us to go back to in-person ministries here at Auburn Alliance. Now, interestingly enough, our ministries didn't end when the COVID-19 epidemic started, or pandemic, I should say, started. Our ministries just shifted into a virtual dynamic where we went online or in doing Zoom or our live streaming on Sunday mornings. Yeah. So, but now that things have changed and things are beginning to get move back to what we'll call a normal life, that we call that our in-person ministries or in-person ministries as such. So what is that going to look like? And so we've been praying about this, studying, interacting with other church leaders, other organizations even, and we have come up with a plan that we are calling reIGNITE. reIGNITE, the in-person ministries of Auburn Alliance Church. So we're really excited to be being able to share that with you today. It's going to be sent out to you in a letter, and it'll have a matrix that is laid out of the 4 stages that we are looking at over the next 3 months of take one step at a time back to what we would call normal life here at Auburn Alliance Church.
Yeah, and when you say 3 months, that's what we're hoping for. Mm-hmm. You'll notice that when you look at the material that you receive, there are no dates on the different stages that we've outlined. And one of the notes that's on the material you're going to get says all this stuff's written in pencil because we don't know what the timeline looks like. We don't know what the requirements on our church are going to be specifically. A lot of that is going to be sent out to us by New York State, by federal guidelines, also by our denomination has some input into those things.
Right.
So all of that is fuzzy right now for us, but it's important for us to chart a course, to have a plan for us to be able to step into these different stages when the government says it's okay to do it, when our denomination feels it's okay for us to move forward, and when we as a local body of leaders believe that it's a good time for us to move to the next stage, you'll have a pretty good idea of what that stage is going to look like and what kind of changes you're going to see take place here in the in-person meetings of Auburn Alliance Church.
Yeah. So you're saying in person, not impersonal.
No.
In person.
In fact,
face to face.
One of the amazing things I believe that this pandemic is showing us is how important it is for us to be together.
Right.
For us to see one another. I don't know about you, Pastor Mark, but the thing I hate most about wearing a mask is I can't smile at people.
Right. Yeah.
And I can't tell if people are smiling at me because we need to have smiles. Mm-hmm. We need to have that visual feedback, the things that we're saying and the things that we're doing. And more than that, I need handshakes, I need hugs, I need high fives, fist bumps, the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
So it's going to be a while until we get to those kinds of things.
Correct.
But the important thing to remember is our goal is not to become a virtual church only. Our goal is to be a church of people who have their lives wrapped together for the purposes of the kingdom. And we find that works okay when we meet online, but it definitely works best when we meet in person.
Yeah, the thing is you talked about, the thing that has come out glaringly for all of us is our need for community, our need for interaction with other people. And it just, that's become very clear for us, for myself, for Becky, for you, and for Sandra, our need to be with other people. We were created to be in community. And I was telling you this a couple of days ago. I thought it would be funny if we were just sort of to joke around. I was thinking of the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks and his longing for companionship and a friend or somebody he could talk to. So what does he do? He takes a volleyball and he puts a face on it. And what's he call it? What's his name?
Wilson.
So I say that humorously, but it's a it's a symbol, if not a signal of our
Yeah.
culture needing community.
And that's what he needed. He needed a person to talk to.
Yeah.
He needed a face to look at. And since there was not one with him in that movie, he created one.
Yeah.
And it became his best friend through the experience.
That's correct. And so we are longing to get back together. We are longing not just to, in a sense, get back to normal. We want to get back together as a church, as friends, as family, as confidants, as I'll even call it garden friends, for those of you who understand that concept of getting back together with those that you have a deep personal relationships with, and to be about the business and ministry of what God has called us to do. We can thank the Lord for what's been going on now and the influences that he's had in people's lives. And we can also praise him for his sustaining hand in our lives as well.
Now, it's important to know at this point, maybe mention it here, that when we step back into in-person meetings, we realize that not everybody is going to be ready to step back into in-person meetings for a variety of reasons. So we are going to continue the online presence with the in-person meetings. So for those of you that are not comfortable coming back together or are in a vulnerable position, we still want you to be part of what we're doing at Auburn Alliance Church. So as we transition into that, we'll continue everything that we're doing online. Elevate will still be online. Our Sunday morning service will be broadcast online as well as being in person when we're able to get to that place. So
yeah, we want you to, those of you that may view yourself as being sensitive to this issue of not wanting to contract the virus or be a carrier of it, we support you in that. Whatever place you find yourself in, if you feel sensitive to this, we want you to know that we support you in your decision in that. And that when you feel the freedom to come back and re-engage, we want you to do that with absolute freedom. And we just want to know you. We want you to know we support you, and we do look forward to that day when we're actually together and can shake your hand and maybe even give you a hug as such. So we know that there is a number of you out there that have talked to us personally, and they're saying, "Oh, I just wish I could give somebody a hug or shake someone's hand," and we understand that. We completely understand that desire and that need, and we sort of hold back right now. And as time progresses, it'll come back into our normal everyday life. So thank you so much for being with us in this, walking with us, praying for us. I had somebody just say to me today on the phone, we're praying for you.
Thank you.
Husband and wife saying we're praying for you, not just you, Mark and PJ, but the leadership and our church family. Thank you so much for doing that. We want you to know we are praying for you. You are important to us. We love you. We genuinely love you and care about you, because that's why we're calling the reIGNITE the ministry of caring and getting back to in-person ministries here at Auburn Alliance. So thank you so much for sticking with us and being with us and praying for us. And we're looking forward to that day when we can get back together. So have a great day.